We shall emerge triumphant from this ordeal, and through the crucible unscathed will pass. When we are poised, the wind of battle to heal, we shall remember those who died in mass. Then shall our trumpets peal the glorious song of victory. We saw might and wrong. Oh God, protect us from dying in pitfall. Guide all our movements, lest we go astray. Give us the strength to heed the humanist call, to live and not to count the cost each day. Bless those who rule to serve with reason's names, to make this kind a land of righteousness. All hail Biafra.
Jehovah genyere anyị aka. Dabere Chukwu, Jehovah ghara inye aka. Guzoro Chukwu. Ọnọdụ anyị chọrọ inye aka n'ezie Chineke nna. Inye aka nke si n'eluigwe bịa. Ọ bụ inye aka gị ga-anapụta anyị n'ọnọdụ anyị nwetara onwe anyị n'ime Naịjirịa taa. Ndị na-enweghị karịrị ndị nwere nna. Ọ bụghị mmadụ niile na-ezu ohi. Ọ bụ ọnọdụ a ka Izrel nọ mgbe Hosea na-ebu amụma. Mgbe mmadụ na-enweghị ike ịrapịọm beresọ maọbụ onye ụgha maọbụ onye ohi. Ndị ọrụ na-arụ ọrụ anaghị akwụ ha ụgwọ. Chineke mere anyị ebere. Ọnọdụ anyị taa o juru m anya rie m ọnụ, ebe nwanne na-ere nwanne ya o nyere anyị aka. Anụrụ m ọnụ nke na-asị guzoro Chukwu, dabere onye isi agha. Anụrụ m ọnụ nke na-asị guzoro Chukwu, ọ dịghị ọ na-apụghị ime. Ozi nwa m adala mba. Ka anụrụ m ọnụ na-asị ozi nwa m adala mba guzoro Chukwu. Jehova bụ onye isi agha. O mefuru onye ọdụ. Nkume n'obi ike gwụrụ, adabere ogbesi ike, ube ndụ agbakwuru ezuru ike, aṅụrụ aṅụrụ ndụ. Dabere Chukwu, dabere onye isi agha. Ọnọdụ anyị taa o juru m anya rie m ọnụ, ebe nwanne na-ere nwanne ya ụwa siri ike. Dabere onye isi agha, ụwa siri ike. Achọpụtago m ihe ọtụ mmadụ ji aghọ sycophants na-enweghị aka ọrụ ọzọ na ịkwa ebe a na-achọta a ga-esiri apịọm ọtụ mmadụ wee ghọzie otu na-etiri ma ndị ohi ma ndị ama ka e wee rie ọ Chineke mere ụmụ gị ebere. Nyere anyị aka eluigwe, nyere anyị aka eluigwe, nyere anyị aka ịpụrụ inye aka. Anụrụ m ọnụ nke na-asị guzoro Chukwu, guzoro onye isi ala. Anụrụ m ọnụ nke na-asị dabere Chukwu, ọ dịghị ọ na-apụghị ime. Father, hear my cry. Heavenly Father, hear my call. Don't let the naira win it all, Lord. Don't let the naira take it all. Our naira will charge me, I'm afraid. The downtrodden will suffer too much. They will be marginalized more and more. They can never win any case. They don't even have money enough to eat, let alone for litigation. God, deliver your people. We are praying for equal justice and equal rights in this nation. The undoing of Nigeria is born to rule mentality. I am born to rule, you are born to serve. That idea must have come from hell, not from God. Born to rule mentality, dangerous. Now they kill Africa. It's so dangerous. Oh, it can be dangerous. Born to rule mentality, dangerous. It's very dangerous.
Yes, once again, fellow Biafrans, lovers of freedom, men and women of goodwill, conscious people, wherever you are all over the world, I say good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and to some of you, good night, depending on your time zone. This is Radio Biafra Extra, and we are streaming live through Biafra Human Rights and Freedom Radio Station. Biafra Human Rights Station, as the name implies, is a child of circumstance. It is being minded by Diokpa Uche Okafor Mefo. Diokpa Uche Okafor Mefo is from Abatete. Abatete is in Anambra State, and Anambra State is in Biafra land. Diokpa Uche Okafor Mefo is the man who has simply assured us that he will not allow the heart of this project to see corruption. This is one word I do not expect anybody to understand, to comprehend, but it's just a matter of time you will understand. And by the special grace of the Almighty Creator, I remain George Onyibe. I come from Abo. Abo is in Anioma Province. Anioma Province is in Delta State. And every piece of land in Delta State is Biafra land. This having been said, I will go ahead to acknowledge wonderful men and I will not move on without remembering Obidi Obienu, the man who say, humble yourself. This time is not in Huesunume. Why? Because in this anime was the one you shikita dia mama. And he has understand that now it is humble yourself. And this is exactly what we are doing. May God help us to encounter people like that as we sojourn here on earth. A very good man, I must tell you. Dr. Kado, the love for Biafra has consumed him. Each time he talks, from the gangster called DOS till this very moment, whether in the de facto government or anywhere, I feel that passion. I feel it. These are real men. How can I continue without remembering my co-broadcasters? Chris Council, Brother Onwoka, noble men, I must tell you. And of course, at the right time, More broadcasters are coming up to expose what need to be exposed. Acknowledge them this evening. Diokpa Okum. Diokpa Okum. Maze Paul. May people like you not be scarce from Biafra. What exactly can I do without the evidence of Biafra watchmen? Tell me. And I doff my cap for you this evening, Biafra watchmen. Those of you who are saddled with spiritual responsibility, the knowledge that you are there, make us understand that we will get home. I am now the property of Biafra Nation family. They owns me. I acknowledge all of you this evening. Men and women, Ezekwesili, I tell you, you are different. Acknowledge all of you. The latest saboteur created by Nnamdi Kanu, of course I'm talking Dr. Nwoko Nkwo. I know, is it Ozurumba? The latest on the list. Your number don't reach like 300 because I am the number one saboteur. There are mad people. I acknowledge all of you and I love what you are doing. I cannot continue without telling saboteur. Sorry, they are not saboteur. I am the saboteur. The recruits, those in Kuwait, being minded by China Sanwuru. Please, I welcome you. Without you, my broadcast is not complete. You see, we came prepared and we are not in a hurry. And I assure you we can always get better. We will follow you up in a way you have never thought of. We will fight you in an atmosphere where you will be an alien. You don't know. We will take you to the terrain you have not been before. For the sake of love for Biafra and love for you, because we love you. Please come and insult, come and yap. It is your cause. He who do, he do, he. Hear me. Those of you, you are wretched, you are hungry, just like me, just that you don't have dignity. And so when they buy you recharge card, you come on my wall, you come and yap, and then some of them say, don't worry, they will fizzle out like Iruanya. Who told you Iruanya fizzle out? Who told you Radio Biafra International fizzle out? But I'm not your spokesperson. You are living in a dream's world. Fizzle out where? I won't go further. I welcome all of you. But I will not say further until I acknowledge the Creator. Chukwu okike abịama. Ibu Chukwu n'ibuchim. Ibu Chukwu onye digwe. Ibu afanda no omega mo ho. Onye bụrụ onye ikpeazụ mmalite n'ọgụgụ ya ka nji na-asị n'ebuchi mo n'ịdị ebube o chimo n'ịdị omimi o ebu afanda n'omega mo ho onye bụrụ onye ikpeazụ mmalite n'ọgụgụ ya ka nji na-asị n'ebuchi anyị o ya ha anyị jaja gị mma o maka n'eziokwu ịmara mma ịhụnanya gị na mma gị obiọma gị o juru anya o dadi mo inwe gị mgbanwe o ọ dịghị onye dịka gị ịbụ Alfa na Omega anyị niile na-asị na n'ịdịmma o. He said. And of course, I welcome you this evening. Apology to those of you I cannot mention their name. You're too numerous. You're too numerous to mention. Acknowledge all of you tonight. And without wasting much of our time, we'll go to our topic this evening, which is simply titled Exposing Mediocrity in the Name of Agitation, as we cannot afford to ignore its danger and consequence. What we are doing at this preliminary stage is just to expose mediocrity, expose evil at every level. Because it is bad to ignore its consequence and the danger that surrounds it. Today, the Biafran people has gotten to a stage. If you turn, they will get you. If you hit on the pressure, you will get home. There were the dim past and the future mingles. The nebulous hope and aspiration. And here we lie. You won't understand. Don't worry. Like I said, our topic is exposing mediocrity in the name of agitation, as we cannot afford to ignore the danger and its consequence. You see, when it comes to the issue of Biafra, let me digress a little bit to enable you to understand my message this evening. In the days of the Babylonian, the Medians and the Persians, the Grecians and the Romans, we were there. Frantic effort, deliberate effort has been made to obliterate the name Biafra from existence. And most of you will not know that the AI, the Amalekites, they're still on this earth, but the name have been obliterated. Sometimes to cover the atrocity, the heinous crime they commit against humanity. Sometimes to be able to forge ahead without being noticed. Whatever the case may be, we were there. And so I say, in the days of the Amalekites, in the days of the Philistines, are they now the Palestinians? When they tell you they are Japanese and Chinese, ask them, where are the Amorites and the Amorabites? When somebody from China or Japan is telling you who they are now, ask them who are the Amorites and the Amorabites. The two sons of Lot, according to the Bible. You see, for some reason, I won't digress. Let's stop there. Biafra has been as of old. There is no intention of dividing ourselves. And so it's not something anybody make up. From the very first day, men begin to make map. Our name was there. It was Bacchanalized. It's okay. But we are who we are. I am that I am. Abumonyembo adi amama. But with what we are facing on daily basis, many pro-Biafran groups decide to hide under non-existence name. You are not my issue. But I just want to remind all of you, there is nothing you will do without that name Biafra. Most of you are not okay. It's like a lot have died because of that name. But I will ask you a question. Will their death be in vain? I say no, never. And so we are here. And some out of fear, and they decide to, let's forget about the name, let's move on. We are not moving on. No. Until we have genuine reason, we go nowhere. You don't understand. We go nowhere. Kaningrejo gana agwande nkenyi ni wa hihubu esu. Makaneja buki mofu onye nyampiamare. Kika ne wona nyamare ale hiwe mare. Onye mare hibe mare akpo wa ije hia. Okay? And so we came out here along the line. Dim Chukwemeke or the Megu Ujuku, the People's General, of course, in line with Opigo, they resurrected that name. Most of you will not know that Opigo is not remembered by Nigeria today with his statu quo in his time is because of Biafra. His property in Lagos was confiscated. He was not buried in his own town. He was like a deserted Tosia, left to rotten like a Kensarowiwa. How many of you have remembered him? These were people with a vision. And this evening, I remove my cap for them. Both of them, they came the same time. And then I can tell you honestly, after 20 years after the war, nobody talks about Biafra again, maybe 15. It should be 20 or more. And from where I come from, each time they talk about Biafra, they will say during the war, during the war, during the war. I can't figure it. Is it the First World War? Was it the Second World War? Which war exactly are you talking about? America versus Vietnam? Hiroshima? Which of them are you talking about? But then, we keep wondering with great anticipation. We long to know this war. I was still a child, maybe a teenager, and I heard the voice of a man. His name is Raphael Owazurike. I was then in Lagos. And the vibration of Biafra was everywhere. Oh, it's Raphael Owazurike. He won Biafra. Oh, we heard so many fascinating stories about him. But we don't get involved in things we don't know. I really don't know much. I follow this trend. I was in Lagos then. The people of Biafra protested in Lagos. They were there in Abuja. He was later arrested. And with time, the issue of Biafra died down. And so we encounter maybe another decade without hearing about Biafra. And then the next voice we heard was the voice of Nnamdi Kanu. He came vigorously exposing those he presumed to be evil. And in as much as I will agree with everything he has said in inception at the initial stage, maybe 60%, everybody followed him. He spent almost 7 good years relegating Raphael Owazurike to the background. And then tonight I tell you, Raphael Owazurike, if maybe somewhere along the line you want to be our daddy, you want to show you are not biased, you are a loving man, may the Lord be with you. Because you will not escape it until you stand against it. I will leave it there. Nnamdi Kanu practically demonized Owazurike. Say, Owazurike, come and make broker. Nnamdi Kanu, one nam is my loving. Thinking they will save you. We are your destiny and we are your doom. With time you will understand what we mean. And we are obliged. Hey, Raphael Owazurike. Hey, ever since then, we put our weight on Nnamdi Kanu. And he pushed it on. But the destination was defined already. We want to go home. But along the line, we discovered that we were not actually going home. We're not going anywhere. Because negotiation has been made without the knowledge of the common Biafran man like me and you. I'm not talking to those looking for asylum people. I'm not talking about those who want political relevance. I'm talking about all of you that they are using. It is not proper. We begin to say, yes, you know, some people say, okay, let's tell us how do we get Biafra, leave Nnamdi Kanu alone. Nnamdi Kanu has become a clause in the wheel of our progress. Without Nnamdi Kanu being exposed, all of you will be hunted down one by one. You know, when they come on, then go to WhatsApp. All those people in WhatsApp, they are the DSS. George Onibe DSS. Uchemefo DSS. We will expose all of them. And then if you have sense, you use your tongue and count your teeth. If you don't, it is your business. In Naruana Ndenudenkufe, Wolo Komi, our duty is to lead you to the truth. What you do with it later on is left for you. Nnamdi Kanu, I repeat, is the clause to the wheel of the progress for Biafra restoration. All those people hiding under the background, hey, we got to do this. We know all of you. Any pattern you bring, we will follow you up like that. I'm not in diaspora. But I don't like to sound that way. And so you should know how serious we are. And so today, this is where we are. A lot of things has been happening, and most of our people can't even comprehend the issue at hand. And so this evening, having considered the killing of our people, undermining of our status quo as the people of Biafra, trying to intimidate us and to set us up, I understand that all of them will come to nothing until we review some of the activities you need to know. So if you are a Biafra, don't be dismayed. Don't let anybody make you feel it's nothing. No. We are doing the right thing. There's some time to be able to cover more gap. You pause. Nnamdi Kanu somewhere along the line will agree to the truth. But the point is that you have reduced Biafra agitation to Adeboye and Kumuye. Why did you cancel your upcoming program? I thought this Biafra agitation is a talk show now. Everything that we are, everything that we represent, we put our blood in this thing. And you turn us to talkative? We shall see how it ends. We shall see. I want us to begin to consider certain issue tonight. And then after which I will go to our administrator in charge of the northern region of Nigeria to give us one or two feedback. First issue I want us to consider is number one, the issue of asylum. Let us consider it from both angles. In a time like this, Britain came forth and said they give asylum to IPOB and Mozob. Now, let me tell Britain first of all. More than 60% of Biafrans, they are neither IPOB nor Mozob. Okay, those that are being persecuted and killed by Nigerian government are the one you are giving asylum. I get it that way. Which means you already know that Nigerian government has initiated a terrorism act, killing IPOB member, killing Mozob member, which are part of the overall competent member of the Biafra nation. So you acknowledge it. We thank you. Thank you for the asylum. Most of you in diaspora, the reason you are on my Facebook and yapping and following in Nnamdi Kanu sheepishly without having sense, you think IPOB will give you asylum. Now asylum is there. Nnamdi Kanu tell you, oh, we don't need asylum, we need referendum. The referendum, he collected money from and seal and deliver and documented. But you are baboon, like he always say, and say you're happy. Oh, we want a referendum. We give us a referendum. We didn't do. But Nnamdi Kanu know how to catch all of you mugu. Our duty is to make him say the truth. Until then, he's not going anywhere. He's with Biafran watchmen. Don't worry. First of all, the British understand that Nigerians are killing Mozob people and IPOB people. And so they give you asylum. So that you can run out of Biafra land. Run, all of you, run to Britain and take asylum. I'm coming, oh. So who defend our land in the end? Who defend our land? One of the greatest decisions I have to take as the first son of my father is to be in this God-forsaken country, Nigeria. You don't know what it is. In the early 80s, I fought so hard to leave this country. I still have my document intact, which was supposed to take me to Atlanta, Georgia, or rather Brooklyn, New York. Not Atlanta, Georgia. My first option was Brooklyn, New York. Just little things. It didn't work out. Somebody have to defend the honor and the dignity of my father's name. And today come to think about it. I'm the only person here. I wonder what would have happened. For your information, my younger brother, the last son of my father, who died in India, I've not told you how IPOB in India within Nnamdi Kanu frustrated his burial. About a month ago, the Abo community in India has helped me to bury him. And so he's buried in India. Ordinarily, it should not have been so. There are a lot of requirements I could not meet up with. All because we are agitating for Biafra. In less than a month, I buried my brother in India. All of you idiot IPOB member who even complicated his being buried. He has been buried. And the sand was sent to me. My family said it cannot be incriminated. But it is not our desire for it to be there. Indian National Coordinator, this is not your issue. But I will expose you people when the time comes. These are the people who are condemning Fulani headsmen, Mianti Allah, but you are worse than them. Get out of my Facebook, oh, if the truth hurts you. We will show Nnamdi Kanu the truth. You should get ready for it. That is why reverend like me have to come out. Can you kill me? Can you set me up? That will be the last thing you do. I was telling the gang of criminal called DOS, led by Chike Doziem and another idiot like China Sangwuru and Nene Nayanya. I was telling them, you people are dancing naked in the marketplace, and I will make sure after me you will not do it to another person again. Let us tell ourselves the truth. Okay? So at the end of the day, the people of Biafra must understand what is going on. They want to give us asylum. So you run out. And most of you are in diaspora shouting, Biafra, 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 because you think IPOB will give you asylum. But if you remain there, who will help us? Who will help us? They see our pay, they will never make it. Look at where we've gone to now. We still together and going strong. Brothers, you still the one I love. Oh, the only one I love. Ooh. They think we can't make it. And so they throw con for you. It has different role to play. But the reason I'm bringing up this issue of asylum before we go into the main matter is to make you people understand the truth you don't know. And I will not apologize for what I say. I could only take correction from you later on. When the UK said, oh, we give Mozob and Biafra asylum, now they cannot jump up and say, we don't need asylum, we need the referendum. Where is the seal delivered documented? Before the end of this program, if I'm able to get the audio of my children doing jingle for no referendum, no election in Anambra, I will play it. Those are the voice of my children. And all of a sudden, delivered, documented, the guy collect money, he abandoned all of us. You gotta leave it, follow Fulani, they are killing us. Why are they not killing Ebonyi people again? Why are they not breaking facility? Okay, they are killing unknown police, unknown gunmen. They are mad people. All of you playing game with the generation, the next generation of Biafra, you have us to contend with. The Fulani is not my problem. The Hausa Yoruba is not my problem. The Nigerian state is not my problem. They will surely get what they bargain for. But let's say what is plaguing us as a people. Honestly. And so he jumped up and down on the microphone and said, we don't need asylum, we need the referendum. Most of you thought you have your interest at that. Let me tell you the secret without apologizing. One of my brother called Solomon Igbo. He should be somewhere in UK. I think he made a post and said, hey, stop insulting people. Let us focus on Biafra. I love the reception he got. If you receive asylum from UK, 2 persons were responsible. Diokpa Uchuka from Efo and Diokpa Solomon Igbo. They work very hard. For some reason, they choose to be reserved. But now the Kanu told us, a man came me pota ikue, and all we are in a kukuta now. So if you're benefiting from asylum, I tell you tonight, 2 people are responsible. Brother Solomon Igbo and Uche Mefo. They moved ahead. They did things that are necessary for them to do. And when it was time for the money to be paid to the legal consultancies, the money was not coming. But the people did their job. I will not go in details. And so it is confidence for Nnamdi Kanu to condemn it. Because he has to give account. I leave it for Solomon Igbo and Mazi Mefo. If they lie, let them keep quiet and be doing holy, holy, holy. Idioto Kanu is another savior. I will make you hate me with the truth. I will make you hate me till you see that only this truth will save us. But I'm not seeing Solomon publication. I don't think I've seen, okay, Mazi Mefo has meant that. The people who brought asylum for you. But then Nnamdi Kanu has always want to rubbish it. We don't need asylum. We need the referendum. I'm coming. It's a gradual process. You need the referendum. How much are they going to pay you for the next referendum? So today, the same Mazu Chuka from before, they said he's the one telling British government, don't give our people asylum. Don't give them. But that is some of the evidence of how they have gone out there to talk to people. Okay? Sometimes when we say certain things, that is because we want overall, general overview of what is going on. So when your supreme creator, the creator of Biafra, your God, Nnamdi Kanu, is telling, we don't need a referendum, we don't need asylum. There is something you don't know, I will leave it there. Number 2 issue, I want Biafrans who can still reason to consider. And now he made some statement. And some of you are there, we are gingering, we are moving on. The CSO of Ebonyi State, they remove you, they put you again. You are jumping up and down now. I don't want to call your name. You are the new CSO, reappointed. My guy, get ready to enter Kuje, because what Nnamdi Kanu does is he knows how to set you people up. He will come out and say, I have given order to my boys to make sure that in Aba, you see anybody, kill them. He wants to set you up. He's telling Nigerian police to come and get you. He's the one setting you up, but he don't know. Ebonyi State CSO, you are not the one causing the problem. We have issue of communal crisis. We have issue of born to rule, among others. They just appointed the CSO in 18. Maybe now you be the unknown government or the A-star, and now they cannot have set all of you up. Ask him what he did to John Chukwuma. Ask him what he did to Akowara. Ask him what he did to those men who are loyal to him. My God, run for your life. Run. I'm just using you to cite example this evening because I am led by the Spirit of the Almighty Creator to do that. And now, in his broadcast, this is how it comes. Let's analyze it. The former police commissioner, Okon, who it was the presided over the killing of my parents and 28 others in my father's compound, who was recently posted back to Abia State, should be immediately arrested and prosecuted by the Nigerian government within 14 days. Read it. Okon is from Akwa Ibom, a Biafra. I still have the broadcast where I lambast Okon and say, you people cannot allow them to be using you. They would have bring Usman Danfojo to Aba. They would have bring Adewale Ade Tokumbo to Aba. For them to take you an Akwa Ibomite to come and stay in Abia, something smell foul, brother. And I think he did what he had to do. 28 people did not die in Nnamdi Kanu's house. I have record of over 120 people that died there. 28 is to make you feel nobody died. If I tell you how many people's lives were damaged there, and then Okon was temporarily removed, Okon is brought back, and so Nnamdi Kanu, unknown gunmen and ESM are going to kill Okon. It boils down to my last broadcast. It is still Biafra. Igbo Akwa Ibom man will pay for it. Okay, I give Nigeria. Nigeria is a zoo now. They don't understand ultimatum date to the 14th of next month. Very soon now, I'm giving order to my boys. And all your boys in Abia will be arrested. That is exactly what you want. Okon, we will come for you. Okon. But Nnamdi Kanu has killed more than Okon. Because you do things to them and put them under oath, and now they are afraid to talk about, doesn't make you better than Fulani headsmen. The day you bring out your leg and you use up Babili Yeka, he's giving an order. 14 days ultimatum. He must be arrested and persecuted. Nnamdi Kanu, those of us you victimize, did you reveal our matter? You see. Yeah, he has spoken. Jehovah Jireh, Nnamdi Kanu has spoken. These are people looking for Biafra. They can't even write to any international organization. They can't even lobby to see people begin to talk about our issue. It is ranting there because he thought he has lost everything. So he has to jeopardize our future. But can idiots see it properly? Nonsense. That is the broadcast to Okon now. When will Nnamdi Kanu give order? The only order I give, yes, ESM is marching to Abuja. We will confront Boko Haram. My guy, the space of land from Abuja to Kano, the poorly fed idiot who are following you as unknown gunmen or ESM, they won't even survive it. And everybody know you are mediocre. Now you're telling them, give us order now. I'm coming for Erufai. I'm going to kill Gwangwaso. I'm going to do this one. Is it your people you threaten? Now they can, we know your plan. But we are your destiny. And we are your doom. Somebody say, it's good, it's good. Okon is being used. But who is using him? Well, then Nnamdi Kanu is supposed to expose Buhari. He was busy saying, his head, his neck, his nyash, the hole in the neck, hole in the neck. Idiot were jumping about, yes, we exposed him, Buhari 1, Buhari 2, just like when they were trying to expose George Onibe. George Onibe exposed, season 1, season 2, Offetiana. Look at the monkey and babu, they are looking for Biafra. Una no get sense. This is what we need in a time like this. Because the only thing they can do is to kill their people. Ritualists. Only your people. In one of my broadcasts, I made it clear. Every Igbo man alive today who hear my voice, your closest ally in heaven and in earth, in heaven and in hell, is Akwa Ibom man. Now go and kill Okon, they are waiting for you. You are the Fulani Janja weed in Biafra land. But of course you have to say something to Ginger Mura. He has now been promoted to IG. And because we allowed him to get away with this dastardly act, he has again started issuing statements on how best to secretly go about adopting our people in Abia. For this reason, I am giving Nigerian government 14 days within which to arrest and prosecute him for the heinous crime against humanity. Failure which I shall direct, he shall direct to, for immediate confrontation against him and his entire family. In readiness, I am directing that this picture, his picture, and that of his children, family member, and every information leading to the location to be sent to me. He and his entire family will be hunted down. Nnamdi Kanu, your son Nemeka is not a spirit. You are idiot. Nnamdi Kanu, I have 4 sons. 4 of them are in Nigeria. They will school in Nigeria. When they are of old, they decide to travel if they want. I will take them back to their root. Nnamdi Kanu, come and kill them. You are a fool. No, look at what you are saying. I give her that kill Okon children. What will you gain to kill his children? Those of us you hunted down, we are very meticulous not to mention your wife and your children. Nnamdi Kanu, I know your father-in-law very well. Everything, all your in-law, both sides, I know them very well. But they are not the problem. You are the problem. If your wife cannot call you to order, threatening somebody's children is an idiot. Your father is one of the kings that destroyed Biafra land. Appointed monarch by the same corrupt government you have stood up to fight against. But of course you have to talk. Idiot, yes, we kill him, send this information. Kill him, let Akwa Ibom people clap for you. You be idiot. But of course you have to reduce the population of Biafran youth. And so when it's set, nobody will be there. They will now make you the caliphate of Biafra land. You are the Janjaweed in Biafra land. But the people would soon know you for who you are. It is like when some Ohanes and Igbo Congress, they were watching you. They say, oh, Aisha Buhari is now a prostitute, somebody's wife. You use derogated words. This should not be so. Nobody condemned you. Now you have started again threatening children. Children who know nothing. You will kill them. Nnamdi Kanu came on Radio Biafra and threatened my son. He brought the picture of the university my first son is attending to. I am waiting for all of you. This matter is bigger than all of you. Idiot people. I said, this is where they go to school. After they will be claiming graduates. And I made a post that they go back to my wall. Before I was even expelled, supposedly from IPOB. And I said, they are indirectly threatening me that they know the location of my son. Now they cannot know. And all of you there, after that one, you won't make another move again. Mad people. Nnamdi Kanu, when I was in IPOB, was threatening my son, threatening me. There is a man they call Agwo Turumbe. When we come, we will show you that is Mbe Toragwo. Nnamdi Kanu, when I will respond to you, you will not survive it. All those idiots following you don't know who you really are. It's unfortunate. When I was in IPOB, you were even threatening my children. But don't worry. Slowly, steadily, you will expose yourself. I am not in support of Okon, but certainly Okon children don't know this. Give us the picture, we will kill Okon children. Give us the this one. Come and kill Okon. Onyohi. Let us continue. This time, our real madness has begun. Your own madness in Nnamdi Kanu is just beginning. But they have cured us. Because somebody is a reverend. In your heart of heart, oh, they are angel. Who told you? If you see man of God, you don't give them gap. You are joking with your life. We have seen everything level of madness. Your own is child play. Thank God you made it clear. Your own is just beginning. Go to Igbanoba Grammar School in Orogodo. Go and review the whole of Abobi from Obieli here down to Orogodo. Go and ask of an abundant. Mad people, when they get to our terrain, they become normal. Somewhere along the line, we gave our life to Christ. We know all those things we are doing. Our madness has just begun. We serve them, don't cure us. You are threatening children. Leader of Biafra, holy nation of Chukwu Okike Abiama, Ndiara, mad people. Number 3. He went on to say, from today, the 22nd of April, 2021, there will be no more movement of vehicle from 12 midnight until 5 a.m. in Anambra State until further notice. Mugu. Yeah. But there is curfew everywhere in Biafra land and Nnamdi Kanu. We know how you do. People say, yeah, it's good in Anambra. Oh, it's good. Mugu. Now you the issue coffee. Come back on issue coffee. And giving a direct order from 12. How many Biafrans are still outside there by 12? Nobody. And they've gone home. We give you don't need to give the order till 5 a.m. Of course, some of them will be out by 5 a.m. because that is where most of them go to work. You are issuing Anambra. Most of you don't know. Because of Mazim Efo is from Anambra, Obidio Bienu is from Anambra, and Anambra is where Nnamdi Kanu committed heinous crime. Madam Shosha can hide now. Onwukwe Nwanze can keep quiet now. Ndune Soku can keep quiet. Mo can keep quiet. Ojuku, my leader can keep quiet. Ruby Michael can keep quiet. Edan Forces can keep quiet. I can mention up to 1,000 names of people now they cannot decide to bury alive. And they put them under oath not to talk. And I know get sense. So you want to destabilize Anambra. But do I blame him? Willie Obiano that gave them jeep. Why wouldn't they threaten him? Let's intimidate you, Chimefo and Obide. And Yoma people in Anambra, all of you in Obaru, get ready. Because this thing is bigger than all of you. Obi of Onitsha, you stand up. Every or more in Anambra. If truly you people are the first son, this is time to defend it. This is time to redefine everything and prove it. Now look at what he's telling you. The other day, and Ishi in Anambra, who are you? Are you from Anambra, Nandekano? Go and Ishi such order in Afari Beku. Let your Afari Beku people make them roast your brokos for you. And then we got to fight Biafra. It's Biafra we are fighting, no? It's Biafra we are fighting. Somewhere along the line, Chief Raphael Wazurike, without apology, made mistake. Now they cannot capitalize on his weakness and undo him. And undo him greatly. And then Nandekano has made worse mistake than Chief Raphael Wazurike. And if it is convenient to blackmail Nyangudu and others, who told you it's not convenient to expose Nandekano? Nandekano, go and issue this order in Abia State. You are not an Anambra man. There is too much money in Anambra. And you want to bamboozle them, you ginger them, you ginger your swagger, you collect your own share, you mugu. Do I blame you? When Peter Obi think they can have way with you, do I blame them? When Wadibo Congress will stoop so low to your level, do I blame them? You are giving order. Come and give it in Delta State now. Hey, Yoruba Biafra, Hausa Fulani Biafra, Janjaweed Biafra, Edo is Biafra, Undiaran and Yoshin and Yama, all of them are Biafra. Now you are dividing it, this agitation to Southeast. My God, you dey joke. Be planning your own, and we are planning. Rubbish. Anambra people, if you are from Anambra State and you are normal, and you keep quiet, this is a game of throne. Oh. Go and ask China Sanworu. This is a game of throne. Somebody from Afari Beku, where he cannot talk, will control all of you very soon. We will not allow that to happen. Look at who is fighting for Biafra. He's issuing us order. I put coffee in the kind of coffee in Anambra. But just buy petrol now, like 20 liters. Go and give Benjamin Madubugu. There will be peace. No more unknown gunmen or Eastern Defender Security. Mad people. These are the things you listen, you say is broadcast. Let's broadcast now. Number 4. Because of the very necessity or nasty statement recently made by Governor Willie Obiano, because Obiano has invited DSS to Anambra, who now go about adopting IPOB member, there will no longer be election in Anambra State. Any politicians that comes out to campaign in Anambra State shall be fiercely confronted. You just get the line of words. Willie Obiano that give me Jeep and my junior brother Jeep. You have not settled us now. If you don't settle us, we will teach you lesson. Willie Obiano, we are telling you now, it's not the kind of speaking, no. You have invited DSS, but Nnamdi Kanu is the one giving all of you out. Now, let me tell you, Nnamdi Kanu, the same way Barrister Jofo's wife is working with DSS. All the idiots in DSS in Anambra, you better get ready, because I will expose all of you. I dare you, come for me. I just did look all of you. You heard me. Why I'm saying it is that I have a younger brother. My younger brother is working with the Nigerians. I will leave it at that. Barrister Jofo's wife is a DSS woman. Who is deceiving who here? And he's telling DSS is evil. DSS is evil. Nigerians don't even know that woman is Barrister Jofo's wife. All of you come for George Onibe. I am your destiny and I'm your doom. Mad people. Hey, Biano, you have sent DSS to be adopting our people, but now the Kanu is the ones giving us our ID. It was when he sent me to a meeting in Enugu. That was when they arrest me. Anytime they send me message and I come out open, they either poison me or they arrest me. Now he's blaming it on DSS. He's the one selling all of us out. So for that, there will be no election in Anambra. PDP, APC, contact me. I will help you canvass for election in Anambra. There will be election in Anambra 2023. Now they can go and contest for governor of Abia State. We know your plan already. Look at them, Mugu. We went to Anambra to canvass for no election in Anambra. In the process, we discovered that you have about 92 communities, if I'm not mistaken, in Anambra. We traveled all of them with Chimaobi Okafor. We encourage our people not to vote until they give us a day of referendum. On that very trip that lasted for almost 2 weeks, Chimaobi Okafor was poisoned by members of IPOB alongside with me and narrowly escaped death, but she didn't make it. After everything we did, Nnamdi Kanu collect money from Atiku. Let Aruchukwu that I went to, Nnamdi Kanu took me to. Let him judge between me and Nnamdi Kanu if I lie against him. He collected the money, he didn't tell us. Benjamin Madubugu bought tear rubber from that money. If you know Benjamin Madubugu, the latest tear rubber he's driving is Atiku money. Those of you IPOB member in Imo and Abia, to be specific, you collected money. See, deliver, documented, none of you have had the guts to ask him what was sealed, delivered, and documented. I blame Una. I don't blame Una. And it's coming now, the same Anambra, where we get you, there will be no election. I'll tell you, my guy, Biafra Nation, I am the head of administration for Biafra Nation worldwide, except they remove me. If they don't remove me, Nnamdi Kanu, there will be election in Anambra, and we are only asking Biafran politicians, opinion molders, leaders of thought, religious leader. This thing is getting out of hand. We can't take it anymore. Any of you negotiate with Nnamdi Kanu to subjugate us the more, or anybody, we will improvise. That is why when Nnamdi Kanu is calculating his madness, he did not consider that some of us have been cured. Look at all of you. He's giving out that, yeah, there will be no election. Come and do it. Unknown government, come. Except you people mugu yourself. Rubbish. You are there. Where is this noise even coming from? Just a minute, let me see if I can control it. I don't know. Very distorting noise, but then let's continue anyway. And so he's there telling you what he felt has to happen. Honestly, please, I'm not very comfortable with the noise I am getting, honestly. But let's keep managing it. Hopefully I will be able to get what is happening there. Now I told you, I will make sure there will be no election in Anambra. My guy, you are lying. There will be election in Anambra. There will be election. All we want is a genuine process. Let there be referendum, either to remain in Nigeria or to divide Nigeria. But you keep collecting money. You collect money. See, deliver, documented. Mad people. In conclusion, it is injustice that brought us here. And we cannot afford to allow anybody to distract us in any guise until we get Biafra. Stop deceiving yourself. Stop deceiving our people. Stop making things that does not exist as if they exist. He has gingered you, giving out all of you, encouraging you to run out of WhatsApp and the other platform. That is where the saboteurs are. But he is the saboteur. He is. Honestly. He is. You take time as a reasonable person, as a mature person. Consider what is going on and tell me that indeed it's normal. I'll be back in a minute. Of course, before I go into the intro, let me give her the number. I will be going to the northern region to bring in our brother to get situation report. Maybe you have one or two conversations, and of course you are free to call in between those conversations. Our WhatsApp line remains 070 815 45642. 070 815 45642. That is our WhatsApp line. And then our direct line is 081 221 52971. 081 221 52971. And of course, if you have access to my private WhatsApp or Facebook Messenger or any other social media platform, you are free to call in. There are issues we are trying to resolve anyway. That is why most of you cannot be able to get me. The numbers are open and you can go and try to communicate with me as I go to the northern region to know what is really happening, of course, to Biafrans in that region. Thank you.
This one, no, you must
Yes, of course, I don't really know what is making those distorted noise on my platform. But then we will continue to disseminate this information, let Biafrans understand what they are up to. Like I said, I will be going to the northern region to bring in our administrator for Biafra Nation on that region to look at, to answer us one or two questions. But in the process of this conversation, please, you are free to call in and make your contribution. You are free to call in, make your contribution when necessary. And of course, I think I've been able to rectify that very problem. Honestly, it was giving me a really headache, honestly. But then we must continue. Like I said, our line remains 070 815 45642 is the WhatsApp line. 070 815 45647. You're free to call in even while the conversation is going on, and the direct line is 081 221 52971. We want to go home. Biafra is what we want, and there is no two ways about it. I'll go straight to the line because it's there already. Oh yes, my brother on WhatsApp, administrator, Biafra Nation administration to the northern region. Can you hear me? Can you hear me, please?
Yes, I can hear you, Mazi.
Good evening. Good evening from here. Honestly, I want to give you the liberty to introduce yourself. Go ahead, please. Biafrans across the globe are listening to you. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Good evening, Mazi Onibe and everyone listening. This is Paul Aboje, the presently appointed Biafra administrator to the northern region. I reside in Kaduna State, and I am originated from Benue and Imo states, respectively, my mom and dad. So I'm proudly Biafran, and I am glad and very happy to be online with you today. Thank you very much for having me.
Thank you, my brother. You are one of those Biafrans with the heart of angel. Honestly, I love your person. Go ahead, please. You are welcome, honestly. You are from Benue State, Iduma.
Thank you very much.
I will greet you in your own, let's say in your own pattern. Anya, Anya.
That's thank you. At this time, in Benue, we say in Idoma, we say umane. In Idoma, you say umane at this time.
Yes.
Umane. That's good evening.
Thank you very much. Okay, you are welcome, honestly, as a Biafran.
Thank you very much.
Your father is from Idoma. You have Idoma people in Benue State, the same way you have Igbo in Benue State. You have Idoma people in Enugu. You have Idoma people in Ebonyi State. You have Idoma people in Cross River State. You people don't talk.
Very true.
So when somebody's coming like Nnamdi Kanu, he's fighting for Eastern Defender Security. Nnamdi Kanu has not forgotten, maybe he has forgotten, that in Enugu State we have Idoma indigenes. In Ebonyi State you have Idoma indigene. In Cross River you have Idoma indigene. You can call them Iyala. Now, if Nnamdi Kanu is now fighting for the Eastern region, he should get ready because we will divide the East. I'm just saying this so our people can know the truth. Because in Anambra, we will carve out the Gala people. In Ebonyi, we will carve out. He don't even know what he's doing. To cover his sin, he's running back. And people who don't even know what is happening, hey, he's a holy, he's a Jehovah Jireh. Now, sorry, pardon my manners, okay? I know you're not this kind of person, so pardon my manners. Let me go back to the
provocation can be out of control. You just have to let the heat out.
Let me go back to normal procedure, the protocol way.
Okay.
Honestly, I know you're kind of person you don't like the way I talk now. I would have to stop there. So, Mr. Paul, you are welcome. And
thank you very much.
With your experience in the North, I want to believe that you versatile in terms of what our people are going through over there in the North. Because there are a lot of issues to be considered as we agitate. Some of these issues, we don't want our people to just sweep it under the carpet. They must be reviewed.
Okay.
They must be reviewed. I understand that the population of Biafrans, I will use the word Igbo in Kano, there are over 20 million Igbo in Kano. over 20 million. In Kaduna, over 20 million. In Lagos State, over 18 million. We are forensically carrying out activities to understand, peradventure things go wrong. What will happen to them? I will start by asking you this evening as you join me. And of course, our lines are open. Some persons may want to call in to contribute. I ask for your permission to pause you. Allow them to say, then we'll continue from there. But I will start with the first question. You are fully aware of the agitation going on and the route it has turned to, as far as we are concerned as the Biafran people. If things go wrong, do you think our people in the north are safe? Do you think they are safe? Of course, you are there. Do you think we are safe? And then if you think our people there are not safe, what exactly do you think we should do as the people of Biafra to ensure the maximum safety of all our people there? Go ahead.
Okay,
please.
thank you very much. Thank you very much, George Nibe. You see, I want to say this, that given the turn of events these past months and the great increasing violence that we keep hearing from the southeast, there's the likelihood that things will go out of hand, like you put it. But it's not something that we want to, even if we are seeing the telltale signs that this could happen, it's something that we really, really hope and pray that it never happens. Nobody wants to see the events of 67 and 70 come back again. I mean, we are parents there are people, I tell you, we are speaking about 50 something years after that, who are still living in the trauma of that event, of the civil war. Some people never recovered from it. And you can take that to the bank. Some people never recovered from the civil war. They are living, and then, I mean, so it's not something that anybody wants to see. It's an ugly incident. And here over in the north, it's not something we pray for. Kaduna and Kano, we are the worst hit at that time. Of course, many of us, we are not born at that time, but we had stories, and then we had to investigate and saw the evidences that it was an ugly situation. That genocide is not something we want to see come back. And that's why in the last time you had me, I kept telling you that no matter what happens, we must never resort to a violent agitation. It doesn't pay anybody. It doesn't solve any problem. You know, in the end, it's just going to be more wounds and more darkness. Let's put it this way. And frankly speaking, I think that it's because of this possibility that a lot of Igbos here, I started to do my groundwork to get to know what is their mindset about Biafra. How aware are they? Now, it surprises me when I interact with other administrators. I see that as far as South Africa, Austria, in Europe, I mean, in some places, some not very popular countries in Europe, there's this strong presence of Igbos there, forming a Biafra coalition. Here in the north, just in the backyard of Biafra, there's almost nothing. You understand what I'm saying? You just gave the statistics of the populations we have of Igbos in Kano.
It is over 20 million already.
I mean,
Over
so
20 million.
Kano, Kaduna, Jos alone, you have colonies of Igbos. So now we have to speak very plain, because when you say Biafrans, we know that we are not just Igbos. But this is the misinterpretation that people get. As soon as you mention Biafra, they think Igbos. So let's not fight that. That's